Good morning. This is going to be a long vlog that's technically scripted, but it might have some pauses in it too. Um, Good morning. It's Saturday. So, quite a long vlog ahead. I'm going to talk about a variety of things. And the first, I hope you had a great week. Democracy Docket, Wikipedia can tell you about Project 2025 and how it's detrimental to the United States as a whole, not just one group against another group. It is literally, honestly, the treasonous plan to destroy America. And I'm not so sure foreign countries didn't have some say or, methodology in it. So we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about food waste again because, that's my thing. This week, somebody came into where I work and they brought pizzas. And I saw a person I know take a piece of pizza, take a bite of it, take 3 or 4 bites out of it, and then throw the piece of pizza away. And that is food waste. But it's also, I think the person was just in a manic state, and that is not great. I mean, when you and I realize this is what's triggering me to not like this person when I have to not react to their manic state. In my head, I'm thinking, God, what a waste of time. But no. But yeah, it is really hard. Even last night, I realized that I actually had to take a sleeping pill. So I would go to bed. So one, I wouldn't snack. I wouldn't have a bag of popcorn. I was thinking, oh, a bag of popcorn is going to be great. And then I was thinking I would look online at some clothes, and I don't need clothes. Trust me, I do not need clothes. I mean, what I'm doing right now is I'm washing clothes so that I've worn them. And this next purge of mine, or Swedish death clean, because I'm going to die one day, I'm going to go through my closet this week and this weekend, and there's going to be things that I haven't worn in years, and there's going to be things that I purchased that I've never worn, and they're going to find their place. And maybe I'll offer them up here so that you can buy them. So yeah, there's a lot of mental health stuff, but we're just going to kind of go through it. Speaking of food waste, I also told a coworker of mine who actually helped me get a job. One of the things I found in my Swedish desk clean of my storage unit, I found a box of canned foods. So my immediate thought was to take it to the food shelter. Well, the canned food isn't Pop Top. And so they couldn't take it because when you think about it, a homeless person or a person that has limited access or might be in a single room occupancy place, they are not carrying around a pot, a pan, a can opener, storage containers to put stuff in. They're not carrying it around. They literally need the Pop Top to so that they can access the food and eat. So that is really, really interesting because now I have, let's see, hey, May of 2024, it's this year. I could say that well, obviously from the dust, that's probably easily, I'm going to be generous and say it's 2 years old. So, yeah, and then, of course, one of the other things I couldn't take to them because I found it in the box too was this. Do you think, oh, this is a really easy thing? They can, like, just heat up water. No, they can't. So, to actually use these, I think I said I'm going to have one of these once a week. And I want to say 3 different bags. So I've got to get through this summer. So when we're talking about this summer, we're talking about the next 60 days. I technically don't have another day in the midweek off until Thanksgiving. So one of the things I'm doing is I'm going to have this and put these in it, and also not use the sodium packet because I've got bone broth, right? I've got other stuff. So and it's like whole potatoes. You think somebody would want whole potatoes, but I guess not. So that is on the food waste front. It is really hard to 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 combat it when you're trying to cut your down. Just out of curiosity, this technically was better in 2021. Just for the record, it's July 6th, 2024. I don't think that these things really get warm. Also talking about food waste and other kind of waste. Got your tube. Got your tube. Got your tubes. This is probably the worst thing. I've been trying to figure out how to get mayonnaise out of the squeeze tubes, but I also now have a squeeze tube of sour cream that I need to get rid of. But this is basically what you gotta do to get rid of all of it. And sorry, it's taking me so long to cut this. Can anybody tell that I haven't done this before? Anyway, I think this one is pretty. What I would do is there's just a big gulp of it just fell in the ants. But so what I do to rinse out first, but there's a good amount in there. Let's see if I can get into the camera. There's still a good amount, and I've got to soak my feet anyway today. So definitely, look at your tubes. You can put water in them, rinse them out, but obviously there's a lot in there, and you can just scoop that out and use it like I will. That being said, it is really hard to figure out what waste goes where. How did this happen? Did the sun just literally go away and I had to damn it. I really am trying, guys, with the light thing. I apologize. I just apparently went into the dark because the sun moved. Because, it's great having this computer. I actually looked at new computers too, and I hate it. So, cut open your tubes and get the stuff out. What I am going to talk about today, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. Just waiting for this thing to figure out if it's going to autocorrect on the color or not. I was going to show you my gym bag because I am still using the bags and the cubes from my trip, and it actually is, this is really handy, But and I use the bags for my swimwear. I have go swimming later. Have to go swimming later. But I want to, like, this is usually where I put my, wet clothes. And then I am still using this because it's just helpful. I mean, you can just, you know, go take a shower. But so aside from that, I have my towel in here. And I have just a quick cover up. It's a quick cover up that I got like impulse buyed. And it's let's see, what is it? Oh gosh. So you can almost see through it. Isn't that great? Dog barking. But yeah, this is I bought this at the SF Sounds A Giants, I think. This, or did I buy this? No, I bought this at Nordstrom. Oh my gosh. I had gone downtown, and for some reason the shirt that I got was there was a huge stain on it, and I didn't see it before. And so I picked this up at the Nordstrom store on the clearance rack. And this was like it was before 2020, I can tell you that much. So there's that. And then this is one of the, I'm just gonna make sure we can see it. Okay, so this is one of the swimsuits that I have, and it's from, is it from Hannah Nicole? This is the most weirdest thing. Hannah Nicole was referred to me by Big on Style. If you look at YouTube, you'll see Big on Style. She did a swimwear thing, and so this isn't official like swimwear stuff, and maybe I should remove these cups, but it does kind of work. Unfortunately, I was swimming with people that were trainers for the Olympics, which, by the way, is 2 weeks away. And then this other one that I have is I really like the shorts. These are really good shorts. And then these is the top. And this is my biggest problem with this top. So this looks like a great rash guard. It does, meet the need, I guess I should say. But taking this off when it's wet dislocated my shoulder. It's not fun. And for the record, these are not official, like, professional swimmers. These are literally more fashionable than professional swim stuff. The swimsuit that one of the people that is in the group of people cost $145 for it. I don't have that kind of money. I got bills. And that's also what's bringing up this purge stuff, because I have to downsize. I have to move, which is kind of a bummer. But it is a real thing. And I'm like, there's no way. And I'm not swimming every day. I mean, the reason it's $145 is that, one, it's double weaved. Two, it feels different. I can tell you that much. I mean, it's like putting on silk, but I definitely can't. I mean, and like this, biggest size that they had before going into the scuba gear was, I want to say it was 1820, and it was like more long than it was actually um, big. I guess an 1820 size was like somebody for that was like 6 feet or something. And then of course, I appreciate the salesperson so much saying, "Oh, you could wear a men's." That was really helpful. Really like made me want to bolt out of the store. But it's okay. I'll get through it. Next, I have to get another bag. And so you're going to see either on Instagram or just in the community tab. If you go to the community tab, you're seeing what I'm seeing. You're looking at stuff that I think is important. You're watching something that is helpful. So please go to the community tab. That being said, it's, it is how I'm going to be remembered because I don't have children. It was interesting. Somebody, it was dramatized that when I go, nobody will know that I was here. So hence the vlog. Yay! Kind of like the blog, which if you look at also other stuff, you can find 50apples blogspot.com. And then, of course, the community tab and so forth. But the big thing is this purse. It's a good sized tote. It does one thing really great, and that's hold a bottle of wine. But we are not going to talk about a bottle of wine. We're just going to talk about what's in my purse. Because part of the cleaning is doing going through stuff like, hey, what do I need in here? Honestly, this thing is so good. I'm sorry, just carrying one. I mean, granted, it's got even a nail file on it. I could actually technically nail file, but it's got a lot of good stuff on it, and it fits in there. And I will keep this thing, even if I only use it once. Very important transit pass, which is very expensive, and 2 pens. By the way, when somebody asks you for a pen and you're on public transit, don't give it to them. I'm sorry. It's your own judgment, but the reason I don't give it to them is that the person went and then started to draw on the walls. The train, which was bad. Very bad. But I do have to get, I kind of have to, like, put this purse out to pasture, so to speak. This first aid kit is amazing. It saved me during my trip to Texas. It literally saved me. I had gotten, what was it? Was it on my toe? Maybe it was on my toe. Maybe it was something else. But this really did keep me alive. Very helpful. I do add stuff to it. Let's see, like some of the stuff I added to it. I have some Azio. I have some extra stuff here. I added some more bacteria stuff. Oh, I had a hangnail. I had the worst hangnail, and it got infected. It was really bad. But this totally saved me during that trip. No matter what my dentist says, I actually do carry around an extra toothbrush and toothpaste, and I do sometimes use it at work. This is now becoming necessary. Someone sat next to me on the train, and I literally felt myself throw up. And just spraying this really helped. I also have mints. Well, I did have mints. I had to use them that day. Do you see it? Do you see it? I am allergic to the sun. I will get a sunburn and so forth in a hot minute. But my lips are like suffering, obviously. Yes. Slightly dirty, but yes. I do carry around a face mask. I probably should put it in there, but I don't. I have to do this one today. This is an extra charger. It kind of works. I should probably just charge that with everything else. I'll take a picture of this, but that's the lightning one. So that's being charged. Wallet. And in my wallet, I have stamps because I have to remember having stamps because maybe I want to send something to somebody. Another pen. And the reason you have so many pens is because I'm neurotic. Eye carrying case. I actually have to use this. This is a screen cleaner. I have to actually use this on the computer after I'm done filming. Believe it or not, I actually do need to comb my hair. I actually woke up, got this stuff out, started doing this because I have other things to do, like swimming today and doing my laundry. Business card. Oh, go to the Royal. Let's see. Is it good? Are you gonna be able to see it? If you could read that, great. The Royal Clift Hotel. No comment. Garbage. Always keep a penny in your purse so there's money in it, even if it's just a penny. I do have some garbage, unfortunately. Should get rid of that. And then, let's see. Don't think I won. It's a lottery ticket, but yeah. Always keep a lottery ticket in to remind you not to buy a lottery ticket, even if it's a, open one. Allergy medicine, just like one day it was really bad. And that is it. But there is other stuff, but it's just not in here. And yes, for all those that are thinking, well, where's your bottle of wine? It's not in here for obvious reasons. And obviously I don't need my sunglasses. So that brings us to let's see my script. So many people are going like, that wasn't a lot. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I didn't see what was in my wallet, how many cards I own. So in regards to producing and giving better content and having speakers and stuff like that. In fact, I should double check something right now. I'm gonna find out really quickly if you guys can even hear me. Hopefully you can. Damn. I'm just reading something, some of the stuff I'm supposed to be connecting to, and like it even says, "Do you have an external light?" So I went to someone who does social media and does produce YouTube channels and so forth. And I went there, and I don't know if it's an MLM scheme or what. I really don't. I wish I could say that it's not. But one, YouTube needs to start scrubbing accounts that are old. I went to someone who gave me they produced it like half the people on this list of 100 San Francisco Bay Area vloggers, and I was kind of cracking up because I went to some of them, and if you go on YouTube, they're not there anymore. They've moved on to TikTok or Instagram or VidCon or Vimo or something else. And so then I was like, okay. And then and there was like old, I mean, we're talking like 2022 old videos. And they shouldn't be up. I mean, YouTube really should clear their cache and you know, get out of it. But the thing is that the person that put them up has an AdSense account for those videos. And those videos, while they're not, active, they're still generating quote unquote a view. Um, and oh, by the way, I wouldn't, if I was with this producer, I wouldn't be doing this. I would be in their studio. There'd be a cameraman, a sound man, a makeup and hair and makeup person, and I'd be joining SAG-AFTRA. By the way, yes, this person produces videos for people. I think the minimum contract was 6 months, and it was close to 96 was the startup. I want to say the investment for me to do YouTube videos and produce content. And by the way, it would be 2 months of development. Then it would be 3 months of shooting schedules, and I would shoot 4 times a week, and there would be in and out of the studio, but like out of the studio was going to be stuff that was going to be shot, B-roll shots. And then the next 2 months would be the launch of it. So it would be all stuff that I recorded maybe possibly 6 months prior, but it would be showing up, and there would be the ad campaign. And it came to roughly, I want to say, $75,000. I think that was like the minimum. And if I wanted something, if I did want hair and makeup, if I wanted to do tutorials, if I wanted to do live vlogs and so forth, and so forth, and have an actual script in front of me. And I was like, wow. But then the person made this second mistake, not only by giving me the list of the, producing half the people that were on it, but they didn't explain that, yes, these people have 1.5 million followers or 946,000 followers, but the views and the likes are pretty close to 1%. Some of them do blow up, and the way they blow up is they're on topic. There's a lot of push for that video. There is an AdSense and a campaign about it, and you can get people to talk about your video or talk about how bad your video is. I think somebody highlighted one of my other videos, my edit that didn't go very well. And whatever. I mean, if you can't comment, you can't comment. I mean, it's not like they're closed, but So even though maybe 2 or 3 videos really generated a lot of stuff, you still had to work brand deals. You still had to work sponsorships. You still had to do things. And it's kind of funny. I followed one person that doesn't do any of this, and all they do is they get sponsorship deals and so forth. So I think the next 6 months, and I'll be really honest, is I'll post once a week. If I skip a week or something like that, that's going to be that. Um, I do have to pay bills, and so I kind of have to, see how that goes. That might be a, you know, it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes because I am not gonna pay somebody $75,000 to do 6 months of work to so I can blow up on YouTube. That's not the purpose of this. It's just like when I walked 100 miles and somebody says, "Oh, well, I hope you lost weight." No, I have cortisol problems. I have inflammation problems. My body's cortisol, which is probably because of ultra processed food. Don't come. Don't leave. Leave now. Okay? The ultra processed food mania, you can exit now. I mean, they're going to say that this is ultra processed food. So let's stop there. Halt. Um I the cortisol in people's bodies is something that is generated from the pituitary gland and other hormones. And when you're going through menopause or perimenopause, the cortisol will spike for different reasons. It doesn't matter how much water I drink. The cortisol and the inflammation are my biggest enemies. And while, yeah, salt is going to be an issue, I can reduce the salt by not using the little packet and making sure that the water is a broth instead of something else. That is just the way it's going to be. I just have to do it, and it's going to take time. I am not going to go on an Ozempic, and I'll tell you why, or any of the GLP-1 miracle diabetic drugs. One, because they mimic two very important functions, the gallbladder and there's another one. Oh, fuck. Oops, sorry. There's another one, but the gallbladder is actually kind of very important. And this does kind of release a secretion that gets everything moving in your stomach. I want to say it's the thing that makes your stomach contract because it mimics that. It your stomach expands and it contracts, and this tells your gallbladder to secrete and something else. But what it is that we automatically have that. And I've turned mine protein on. And I know there was one day not 6 weeks ago, I was working out, I was doing really good, and I wasn't hungry, but I knew I had to eat. And so I was like, well, what am I going to eat? And so I went and I got a burger from Frosty Freeze. I thought French fries and a burger because one, I hadn't eaten really, I had very small meals. I had a shake, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and something else. And I took one bite of the hamburger and I was done. Um, and I was like, oh my gosh, how can I not eat now? And I realized, I'm like, oh, I turned it on. It's on. Yay. Taking one bite of and I mean, I'm talking about 8 hours after my last meal. I I I was full. So, turning it on is great. Managing it is a different thing, and it's going to take time to manage it. Do I binge eat? Probably. I don't see it as binge eating. I think the last binge I had was over last weekend. I got some cheese sticks, and they were the pepper jack cheese sticks, And I know ultra processed food. I know ultra processed food because, pepper jack cheese sticks don't really exist and grow in the wild. Um, and I ate all 12 cheese sticks. Boy, was I constipated for a while. Ooh, that was it. That was an exciting day. I'm actually going to pause this for a hot second because I realized there's something else I wanted to show you guys. Hold on. Okay, so we're back. So I was just talking about stuff that has to be done and so forth. And also I get visited by a little kitty. Yes, I did. Come here. You want to come in? Okay, hold on. We're going to say hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, fine. Or I'm either being summoned to do something or hold on. Let's see what I got here. Say hi. Say hi. 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 Okay, now I'll let you go. He comes back. He's like, "Oh, you were going to give me a treat. I heard a treat. Oh, meow meow yourself." So, yeah, there's just stuff going on. Sorry, did not mean to get really up in your face. One of the other things that I wanted to share of why I need wine and a purse that can carry wine. So I still have this. And it is from a long time ago. And I think it's like $8 or something now. But it is from, wow, 1998. This is a long time ago. And, for the most part, it's all still true, except if you saw an updated version of it, it's going to talk about water resources and different varieties that we usually don't talk about. But the other part of showing you all this stuff is that this is stuff that, I was talking earlier about being triggered by someone. And, it's kind of a weird thing to have to admit, hey, I'm triggered by people. And what I do to stop being triggered. It's coloring. And I do have other books. Just see what I have. Hold on. I have postcards. Hence why I have stamps, so that I can just color randomly, send a postcard. And coloring does work. It does calm me down. It does work. It does reset stuff. Just like drinking water, breathing, keeping those cortisol levels in check. But, so I do kind of want to finish up here. Obviously, I have to take care of a cat. Max needs me. So we've got 60 more days until Labor Day. I implore you to find out about Project 2025. Find out about where to vote, who approves your vote is actual, who counts your vote. Is it a volunteer? Is it the county registrar? Is it the congressman? Find out who does it. Thirdly, don't buy the hype. Becoming a full-time YouTuber sounds great, but working in a job is a lot better. Sorry. Do this as a side gig. Watch your food waste. I mean, how many cans of whatever you thought you needed for this recipe that you have in your closet now? Use them. Make food. Put it in a container. Take it to work. Make it for dinner. I mean, it's pretty much what I'm going to do today is I'm going to spend some time planning my next couple meals. Um, Battle of the Bulge is still going on, obviously, because I've got 2 swimsuits. Um, and yes, I do limp. I think somebody mentioned that in my um short that I limp. So, drink water, be good, vote. Don't don't get spoon fed some stuff. Think for yourself. Ask the questions. Um, by the way, just back to that food waste thing. Even though this is May of 2024, yes, it's still good. I think the other one says, oh, it's a little bit older, but it's a little bit older. Just be careful. Have a good weekend. See you next week. Bye.